Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents King of the Causeway, a King series novella by T.M. Frazier, narrated by Teddy Hamilton and Lucy Rivers. If you fuck it, let it go. If it comes back to you, you can fuck it again. Samuel Clearwater, a.k.a. Preppy. Intro fucking duction. Preppy. Guess who? I'll give you a hinty hint. I'm as handsome as a supermodel, and as devilish as, well, the devil. I get a hard-on for both pussy and pancakes. I like my blow with a side of blow, and my man-meat is enormous. That's right, it's me, Samuel motherfucking Clearwater. If you're wondering how I'm able to do this introduction, then you need to read Bear's story, 'cause the end will blow your mind. Then read my story, because it's about me. I'll tell you what, if you read it, I'll make you pancakes. Dirty, dirty, delicious pancakes. I'll stand over you and pour that syrup right into your sweaty hot. You get the point. But I motherfucking digress. Basically, I'm here because I'm fucking alive. Like Stefano from Days of Our Lives. Don't pretend like you've never seen it. I just keep coming back for more. There, you're all caught up on me. Onward and upward, motherfuckers. I'm going to need you to sit back, hold on to your nipples, and get ready for the continuation of Boss Man and Doe's story. Or King and Pup. Or Brantley and Ramey. Shit. Between the two of them, they've got like a million names, but it doesn't matter which one you call them, the story is still about the same two people, who just happen to be my family, as well as my two best friends. Important note, don't tell Bear I said that. That motherfucker will get his titties in a jealous twist if he knew he wasn't my number one man. I mean, sure, he plays hard to get, but the shirtless wonder has a soft spot for old Preppy, and we don't want to go hurting all his big, burly man feelings before we even get into the story, right? Right? So relax, take a bubble bath, put on some nice, calming music like some Offspring or old school Limp Bizkit. Maybe pour yourself a glass of wine or light a fat joint. A bucket of blow is always a fun option. Now, for a little recappy cap. Clears throat. Once upon a time in a land far, far away, but centrally located in southwest Florida, was a little awesome yet shitty town called Logan's Beach. There, long, long ago, two people fell madly in love, very much the way most couples do. It's a tale as old as time, Girl with no memory offers herself to boy as a hooker hoping for safety. Boy rejects girl, then kidnaps girl. Then girl runs away, then boy decides to keep girl. Boy and girl fall in love and have dirty sex and get tattoos. Somewhere in there is a carnival and an incorrect statement about penguins being the only flightless bird. Coolest person in the fucking world dies. Boy offers girl back to her father in exchange for boy's daughter. Girl thinks boy is dead. Girl marries a fucking prick in order to adopt boy's daughter. Boy is actually alive. Girl regains memory and realizes the prick is a super prick. Prick dies, violently, and much deservedly. Boy and girl get 2 kids for the price of 1 in an epic family BOGO. And they live happily ever after. The end. Until now. Dum dum dum. I'm gonna go make me a delicious sandwich. Catch you on the flip side. Enjoy, kids.
Chapter 1. Ray. Boom, boom, boom. 3 huge speakers, stacked one atop the other, vibrate and pulse as the music forces itself through them. Deep bass notes beat against my chest, penetrating my rib cage. My already pounding heart sputters. I cough and wheeze, pulling in a shaky breath. I place my palm over my breast as if it could somehow calm my heart through the layers of clothes, skin, blood, muscle, and bone. A sheen of sweat breaks out on my heated skin. But inside, I'm ice. Maybe it's a foreboding, a warning not to take another step. But I've been through this already. I don't have a choice. I choke down my unease with a dry swallow. Each step I take down the narrow hall through the sea of closed-eyed dancers gyrating against one another moves me closer toward the hell I've created for myself. For her. I'm so sorry, but I don't see any other way. I silently apologize to the girl I don't know. The one I was before I lost my memory. The one who took up residence in my body before I woke up on a bench with nothing and became friends with a hooker I didn't even like. I don't dislike Nikki because she's a hooker, but because she's a bitch. Through the eerie, drug-induced movements of the body surrounding me and between the flashes of pulsating light, I managed to keep my eyes trained on the goal. The door at the end of the hall. The door to my salvation. The door to my... A sense of déjà vu breaks my focus. Wait. I've been here before. I remember all of this. I know what's on the other side of the door. And it isn't salvation or hell. It's something way more. It's love. It's him. It's King. I push my way through the crowd at a breakneck pace, not caring who I knock over or into, and I reach for the handle, throwing the door open and stepping into the dark without the bone-rattling fear I carried with me over the threshold when I entered the first time all those years ago. "King?" I ask into the dark room. There's no answer, but movement catches my attention. On the bed, a shadow shifts, swinging long legs over the side of the mattress. I leave the door open and rush to the bed to stand between his legs. I place my hands on his knees. "King?" I ask again, growing worried when my only answer is lingering silence. After what seems like an eternity, the shadow sits up, his face illuminated from the light of the open door. I gasp. King's face is hard and angry and different. The scar over his right eyebrow, that is usually barely noticeable, is now raised, cut in a jagged red path diagonally across his nose and lip, ending at his jaw. What happened? I ask. Moving my hands from his knees, I close my fingers over the belts wrapped around each of his forearms. "Who the fuck are you?" he asks in a deep, gravelly voice. He shakes his arms, freeing himself of my hold. I search his eyes for recognition, but come up as blank as his faded green stare. "You really don't know who I am?" I ask, hating the trembling words that fall from my lips. He leans closer, and just when I think he's going to snap out of whatever fugue state he's in that caused him not to remember me, the corner of his mouth ticks up in an amused smile. "Oh, yeah," he says, before his smile turns flat. "I remember now." He stands, and the surprise of the movement knocks me to my ass. He leans over me and grabs my throat, squeezing my airway shut. My sight grows fuzzy around the edges as I struggle against him, but it's no use. There's no getting out of his hold. "You're the one who did this to me, and now you're gonna fucking pay." As his angry face fades and my vision goes black, I hear myself croak out my final words. "But I love you." The last thing I hear is the echo of his laughter. "Pup, wake up! Wake the fuck up!" I hear a scream, and my entire body is shaking. It's not until sleep releases me completely when I realize I'm not shaking so much as being shaken. My eyes shoot open to find King standing over me, much like in my dream. He's got a worried look in his bright green eyes. He helps me sit up. My breathing is still labored, my body covered in sweat.
"What the fuck was that all about?"
King asks, smoothing back my hair. I blink several times to clear the sleep from my head. King raises an eyebrow. "The one with the scar?" It's barely noticeable, for the exception of the hair to the left of it, because it has no pigment in comparison to the black on the other side.
"Hup."
He prods. I tear my eyes from his scar. It was a dream. King scoffs.
"More like a nightmare. You leapt off the fucking bed and fell to the floor like you were having a seizure. Scared the living shit out of me."
The floor? I look around, and sure enough, I see clear under our bed to the bottom drawer of the nightstand on the other side.
"Yeah, the floor. You were making a choking sound, and for a second I thought you stopped fucking breathing."
He runs a hand through his short dark hair and blows out a breath. "I'm fine," I assured him, pushing to my feet the best I can. Before I can take a step, King gathers me in his arms and carries me back over to our bed, laying me down gently, as if I were made of glass. "I said I'm fine." He shakes his head.
"I know, and I said you scared me,"
he says, leaning over me. "It was just a bad dream. I didn't mean to."
"Do you remember what it was about?"
King cups my cheek in his rough palm, then rests it on my chest, feeling the pounding of my rapid heartbeat.
"Come on. It's not just the nightmare. You haven't been yourself lately. Tell me what's going on in that beautiful head of yours."
"I'm just..." I wave my arms over my belly. "This..." It's not entirely the truth. Being pregnant has something to do with how I've been feeling, but there's been something else as well. Something lingering over me like a shadow I can't lose. "Nothing to worry about. Just ate too much pizza before I went to bed. Crazy pregnant dreams ensued." King chuckles.
"I told you that Sour Patch Kids aren't a great idea for a pizza topping."
"Hey," I reply with my bottom lip stuck out like the child I very much feel like in this moment. "The baby wants what the baby wants."
He nods. "I agree. But maybe keep the candy and the pizza separate before you turn in for the night."
Remembering the dream I just woke up from, on the floor no less, I have to agree. Duly noted. King leans in over my massive belly and kisses me. The feeling of his full lips on mine sends a full-body shiver down my spine. We've been together for years. 3 kids and 1 on the way, and I still tremble at his touch. They say lust fades with time. Well, they don't know shit. King sits up with a groan and runs his hand over his face. Again I pout, this time at the loss of contact. King stands from the bed and holds out his hand to me.
"Come on. I want to show you something."
"But can't you show me later?" I ask, wagging my eyebrows suggestively. "You know, after." King's gaze rakes over me, starting at my tangled hair down to my engorged boobs straining against my tank top, stained with pizza sauce from last night, stopping at my rounded belly, covered with fresh red stretch marks, which is only half covered by my all-too-small top. No wonder he's turning me down. I'm a fucking mess. I move my hands to cover my body and look away. I feel my face redden. He sits back down and takes my hands in his, removing them from my body.
"Baby, look at me."
I shake my head like the hormonal, pregnant, petulant child I've become. I know better than to ignore the warning in his voice. Reluctantly, I meet his dark green gaze. His forehead is lined, and his lips form a frown.
"You don't cover up in front of me. Haven't I said that to you before?"
"Yeah, but that's before I wave my hands at the mess my body has become, even though my mind isn't any cleaner. Before I became this. I hate the lack of confidence in my voice. It's not me. None of this is.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?